Hey, you guys, what's good? Welcome to Esme and Eric's live. I got a live for you. I don't got a recording for you guys. I got a live in the flesh video, you guys. I got a video. I woke up this morning feeling feeling some type of way, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about how I. Wait 2 seconds, man. Okay, you guys, let's get it going. So, check this out first before we go, you guys. Before we get going, check this out. Yours truly finally got a new phone. My wife got me this phone yesterday with a white Christmas present. So you guys, the the clock's ticking, and I have to move out of here in a couple weeks. I don't know. I had a different title for this one. It was called Chosen. I feel like I feel like how can I say it? We are where we're at, regardless of what you do. If you're a bad person, the reserve will look at you like a bad person forever. Doesn't matter what you do, how hard you try, you'll still be looked at like that. Sometimes the smartest people are the ones that are usually in a fucked up position or a fucked up spot, like yours truly. Not too fucked up, but more than enough to say fucked up. The more I try, it's like it's this is what it is. 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I was staying in Moses. It was 2014. That's just when my daughter was born. 2002, 2012, you guys, is when I kind of started. I don't know. I guess there's one call it fucking around or just fucking up. But I was selling weed and I got busted for it 4 times. I don't like Mario Brewsted. He's a cop right now. He's my age, but he looks like he's about 60 now, and I'm happy for that because when you fuck around like that, you stress yourself out. That's how you look. That's how you start getting gray hair. You start getting. I'm fortunate to say that I never stressed myself out, regardless of what I did. Whether I sold crack, if I sold fentanyl beans, or if I sold fentanyl powder, or if I sold carfentanil pills or carfentanil powder. 2000, I'll never forget that, you guys, because I still remember the cops rolling in. Mario Brewsted took a picture. You guys know Mario Brewsted? You guys can call. My comments are open too. You guys comment if you want. You guys know Mario Brewsted, the cop? He took a picture in front of my house like this. And then in the back, he says, I love this house. And I thought to myself, wow, I mean, like, you guys busted me 4 times and then provoke me by going like this. And that's why Mario Brewsted looks like he's 60 years old now. And he's not fucking fast. What Tribe Police, RCMP, I feel the same way about them too. And Constable Morris, if you see this, I want to tell you, fuck you straight to your face. Constable Morris is a cop, you guys. And let me tell you guys something. Shit, back just before elections. This is the guy that told me to run. Told me to run for council. And I kind of thought about it. I started thinking about it. I was like, fuck, should I run? Should I not run? And then I thought, well, I can use it to boost my YouTube channel. If worst comes to worst, Eric, you can boost your YouTube channel. And I did boost it, you guys. You guys did help my channel. So that's the reason why I'm doing lives now. But I appreciate it. My boy, can you give me a pop quick? Kind of getting thirsty up in this bitch. Yeah, I'll get back to Morris. So give me a second, you guys. Okay, comes from Morris. He told me to run, which was all good, you know. Put it in my head. At least someone put it in my head. But he came to my house the other day during that box, my boy, right there. He came to my house the other day just to talk about how the elections went. And I told him how they went. I was like, I think we got cheated out, Then he was like, I kept up with I kept up with the elections. I was for sure certain you're gonna get in. And then I tells him, yeah, well, if I get on, if I got on, I got on. If I didn't, I didn't. And then he tells me, Eric, if you got in, would the drugs still be a problem? You doing drugs, would it still be a problem? And you guys, I had about 3 or 4 talks with this cop. I tried to convince this fucking cop that I don't sell crack. I don't sell fentanyl. I don't sell beans. I don't sell carfentanil. I don't sell fucking. I don't know how to explain it to somebody. Um, I was doing clones in the summer and I was selling my clones because everybody knows that I know how to grow really good dank weed, you guys. That's why my shirt says Best Buds. It's a little project that I started, and like it's a free market out here. You can do what you want. You see in the States, man, those guys have taco stands on the street. It's not like that in Canada. You can't put a taco stand here and then expect to sell some tacos without somebody coming up to you saying, "Oh, you need a fucking house from House Canada. You need to be certified." So red tape is what we got in this area. Red tape. And it's hard to go through it, you guys. It's really difficult. That's why I said that this round of elections, there was other people running that actually had legitimate problems. Me, is the housing. I don't want my kids to move to a hotel. Hell no. Who wants their kids to live in a hotel? I don't know if that's how you roll. And most kids, they're really happy. Hey, like the other day, my daughter said, let's go to the swimming pool. I didn't want to because I feel like that's our next, like that's where we're going to go. And then you try and ask for help from the reserve, they say no. So I kind of told my daughter I didn't want to go because I felt like that's where we're gonna fucking be at, I don't know, selling weed out of Moses Lake and then housing catching on to it and then busting me. My reputation went down the drain, you guys. I was known as the smart, intelligent guy. And then I get busted selling weed, just weed, you guys. That's all on my criminal record. Besides the prison time I went, I'll get into that, you guys. I got busted with fentanyl, 141 fentanyl pills. That's not a lot, you guys. but it is a lot of jail time. And I went to I went to trial for it. And when we got to court, the judge said he'll throw the fentanyl charges out if I plead guilty to the half a pound of weed. And it wasn't even bagged, it wasn't even packaged, and I had a real expensive lawyer. So if you guys get money and you guys get a good lawyer, do your research because I thought, well, I'm not gonna. It was my fault, you guys. I never trusted Art Larson. I never liked him. I always used to like Sir Timothy Jervis. Shout out to Ingrid Hess. I used to use those people when I get in trouble, and I never liked Art Larson because he's always chewing gum and a real cocky fucking guy. And for some reason, I chose that fucking guy because when I went to trial, there was already no more lawyers. Ingrid Hess was still retired, or she's doing the residential school, and I couldn't use her, so I had to use Art Larson, and that guy fed me to the dogs. I pled guilty to trafficking marijuana, you guys. Trafficking marijuana. They threw out the fentanyl charges and the proceeds over 5,000 because they caught me with like 13 G's. So they threw those charges out and said, okay, Eric, well, we'll do this and we'll do a global sentence and you can get out in less than a year. I had no choice, you guys, because I was sitting in remand. That's why I got all these remand stories. Travis taking a bath in the the toilet bowl. I got a lot of funny stories. Rylan Twig, shout out to Rylan. You know, he's a good guy, you guys. Rylan. I got a lot of good stories from jail, you guys. And when you're sitting in there, you guys, you can only sit in there for 3, 4 months, and you get tired of it. So you guys, I was already in there 3, 4 months, and I didn't want to fucking be in remand anymore. So I just wanted to get sentenced. So that's why I took the deal. And then ended up taking the deal, and then I ended up getting fucking busted. I got busted. Oh, I got out on. I took the deal. I got out on bail, and then it was real stupid, you guys. It was so fucking stupid because somebody phoned me and said that if I wanted to buy some meds, and you guys know what that means, you know, on the reserve. I said I didn't want any. So they end up bringing them over to my hotel. The cops possibly followed them there. I don't know. And then those meds that I end up buying are the ones that put me back in jail. And it wasn't like it was fentanyl, you guys. I think it was just like Tylenol threes or gabapentin or something just fucking minor. Anyways, it put me back in jail. So that's when I was only out for like a month and a half. So then I ended up getting sentenced after that. Then I got sent up river. That's why I tell you, Art Larson sold me out. He sold me out, brought me up river, and knew for sure I didn't have to do jail time. And then when I went to jail, a lot of bad stuff happened when I was in jail. You know, I lost a lot of trust when I was in jail. You know, I trusted people and I lost it because when you're in jail, your hands are tied. Your hands are tied. You can't do nothing. So imagine when your people pass away in there, you know, like my Uncle Brian, he passed away. You can't do nothing. You can't even cry. I don't condone bad shit. I didn't like doing bad shit. This stems from when I turned 18. I tried to get a job at the Moses Lake Mini Mart Plaza. They said they would hire me. They hired me for 2 months, summer job. They promised me to go back, and I didn't get the job. And I started trying to get other jobs. Started trying really hard. I got a job at the shelter for a little bit. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. When I got paid at the shelter, you guys, I loved it. I loved that money. And then I ended up getting into a fight with some shouting lady, or no, her last name. She got married to Smith, I think. Anyways, I can't remember her name. We end up getting into a beef with her, and then politics runs down there deep because her dad was apparently a counselor at the time, and then we end up getting canned. So it was really hard for the reserve to give us jobs, and I couldn't get a job after that, so I started selling weed. I started selling weed, and then I got busted in 2005 September, right on my niece Brooklyn's birthday. Cops rolled in. Bryce Ironshirt had a warrant for my house, and or Brent Brucey. That was the first guy to have one. Brent Brucey is still a cop with the Lethbridge Regional Police. And a second ago, you guys just heard me say, if Constable Morris is watching that, I gave him a nice fuck you to his face. It's because I talked to him, I told him the story. And when I'm done telling you my story, you guys, don't turn away from me and say, oh, he's still a crack dealer. He's still a cocaine dealer. I'm not a cocaine dealer. I'm not a crack dealer. I'm a Aboriginal from Kaina, you guys. And around here, it's not what you do, it's who you know. My dad got us a house in 2006. Tom across the mountain gave us his house in Moses Lake. Housing wasn't run by Leslie and them at that time. And that's how we got a house. And we lived in that house. That's the house where we took care of Doris Tilley's daughter. We took care of Paula Healy's son. We took care of all these guys. We even took care of Clay Plum. He was at the house for a little bit. You guys know Clay Plum, the hockey player? He got really addicted into the beans, you guys, and he ended up dying. He was supposed to be recovered, and he ended up passing away. He had a relapse. And you guys, since I sobered up in 2018, um, I've never relapsed. I've never had that urge to even fall off or anything like that. I've never had that feeling. I just keep myself busy. I keep myself busy doing stuff like this, doing videos like this, and I try to live life the way that the creator put me here. I try to live life just going day by day. I got 4 kids. Well, technically, guys, I got 7 kids right now, and I got one more on the way. So in total, you guys, I have 8 kids, and it takes a lot for someone like me coming where I came from to make things happen. Get a job, can't get a job. I tried putting my application in for even doing the custodian. They're hiring for custodian at the building, so I put in an application, and apparently that position was already filled, and they don't know why it's still online. So I tells them go fix it because you're gonna mislead people. 1 week later, I find out they have 2 more positions for custodian. So it's like, okay, they updated it. So I put my resume in. I told them, you guys, I get a job for custodian. I got my driver's license and all that stuff and security. If you guys need security, I got training and security training. Oh no, those positions are filled. We don't know why they were put on there. We'll have to go back and fix it. So I says again, you guys got to fix it again. You guys just did it last week. There's one position, and then you guys said you got to fix it. Then this week there's 2 positions. Then I phoned for one position, and then you guys say they're both. So it's really difficult to try and get things happening for myself. Um, the fact will remain, though, you guys. I do it by myself. I do it. I just don't like the fact that people still think I am who I am I am not a cocaine dealer. I'm not a crack dealer. I'm not a fentanyl dealer, you guys. If I was a fentanyl dealer, I wouldn't be complaining about housing. I wouldn't be complaining about all this stuff that you get when hundreds of thousands of dollars roll in. We used to have $100,000, you guys, on my table. Even with that, you can't buy a house. They're gonna ask you where your money came from. So being a drug dealer, it's not that great, you guys. Even people that are doing it, I I don't know why people think that. Oh well, everything. Those are the people that struggle the most. You know, there's this girl I went to school with right now. She's a real grimy ass dealer right now. She follows people to the ATMs. She uses vulnerable people when they're fucking drunk, and she'll go bring them to the ATM and withdraw their money and take it and get them high on crack and shit like that. When I hear stuff like that, that just disgusts me. When we did our thing, we had a trap house. You came over. We didn't go over to you. I didn't like it one bit, you guys. I didn't. I did it because I ended up falling into it and getting addiction to it. And I didn't know that my business was gonna exceed that. It blew up, and we had everybody coming over, and I ended up going to jail for it, you guys. I went to jail for it. I didn't really appreciate what was going on, you guys. I didn't like how things were going. I didn't like how things were turning out. Robbing, people can kill you for that stuff. I almost lost my hand, you guys. Check it out. See that? I almost lost my hand in a robbery. My own cousin came to rob me, and that's a wicked lifestyle to live, you guys. I don't. As hard as life gets, when you go into a situation like this and you almost get killed, in your head you think, "Oh, I'd rather be poor on the street than be dead." Or even when you go to jail, you start thinking in jail, "Well, if I had all this money, I wish I could trade it in and get out." Either way, it doesn't work out, you guys. It doesn't work out when you're dealing drugs. It never works out. It'll never work out in your favor. You'll think to yourself, "Well, I'm gonna buy a ball and I'm gonna stack it up here, and we're gonna get we're gonna get all this money." It doesn't work like that, you guys. No, there's a big network when it comes to drug dealing. There's bosses, and then there's street level dealers. As far as anyone's ever gonna fall in the drug game is in the bottom part. You're gonna be street level dealers, and you're gonna get busted. You're going to give the court a job. You're going to give the lawyer a job. You're going to give the crown prosecutor something to do. That's the way it is always, you guys. It's always going to be like that. There's never going to be a Tony Montana on the reserve. There's never going to be a Pablo Escobar. You guys, I had so much experience in this. I know already it's not good. So how do you guys think I feel when you guys say I am a crack dealer? I'm nothing but a crack dealer. A crack dealer ran for council. Oh, a drug user went for council. I'm still a person. I tried to defy the odds, but I couldn't. I feel like I was meant to be here. And do what I always. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit too, you guys, because I don't. I'm not finished here, you guys. This is only part one, and you guys be wary for my next video, guys.